I remember in my 20s when I was speaking in one city and in one country, again, I won't name, I'd left my hotel room to go to have lunch. And there was a crowd gathering. And I thought, boy, maybe a magician or a performer of some sort. And I was not rushed. I said, I'll stand. But as I got closer to the front, there was no performance. There was no musician. There was no artist. There was no magician. It was a man completely naked who was insane, clawing away at himself and doing crazy things. And the crowd was just cheering him on and laughing. I remember being so stunned by that. It's a true story, what I'm telling you, not embellishing it, not making this up. I could give you the city and the day. And I thought to myself, who is really more insane here? The man who doesn't know he's lost his mind, and the crowd that thinks they have their mind, and they're laughing at this person.
Kal Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Peace and blessings to you young brothers considering making your way to this truth. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9, and it reads, For I think that the Heavenly Father has set forth us the apostles last. Apostles simply meaning he that is sent, in the sense, starting with the elder apostles on down, we, the hopeful elect of Israel, were delegated to teach the truth. As it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. Now, the reason why I brought that out, and I'm not going to make this all long and drawn out, so long story medium, for those of you who are new to this thing, sincere and diligent, or maybe already teaching according to your measure, you're going to be made a spectacle of this thing of ours on the highways and hedges, especially on the comment board. And on the flip side of that, you're going to make mistakes. Yahweh forbid you stumble and end up as a member of that laughing crowd. Your first thought should not be you are falling out of the Most High's favor, or the Spirit is not dealing with you. Again, to reiterate, I'm speaking to those of you who are sincere in your calling. A good part of it has to do with you bearing your cross, as did Yahweh Shai. Verse 10, We are fools for Yahweh Shai's sake, but ye are wise in the anointed. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. Never mind your garments or your manner of speech. The world is set against you for the beliefs you hold. Simply put, we are looked upon as fools by those outside of our understanding. We became fools for the Most High's ministry. We are looked down on and labeled weak-minded for the same reason. Essentially, to those that relish in contradiction of what we were taught and what we can see for ourselves in the Spirit. The prophecies are coming to pass, and only a fool would deny them, obviously. What we are really up against is the keyboard warrior's inability to believe. We are wise in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai because we are teaching his truth, and those who are inclined to listen, those who watch the lessons and take time to consider, are made wise through our efforts. Even unto this present hour we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place, and labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless, being persecuted, we suffer it, being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are of the offscouring of all things unto this day. Simply put, being in this truth, you are gonna catch hell. And to be honest, losing Tube Top Tamara and smoking sessions with the cool kids will be the least of your concerns. But through faith, which is a gift from the Most High himself, you may be given the wherewithal to endure what you've lost. Knowing through discipline and obedience, you have a kingdom and a rulership to gain. I mean, who doesn't want Jamila, Shaquita, Rebecca, Alina, a wife for every day of the week and a planet of his own? Who doesn't want their own chariot? Revelation 3:10 says this, Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. And that word of patience is the very same faith I've been speaking of, as well as the teaching of these scriptures. If you are of the elect, Yahweh will give you the will to keep the faith and spirit to make manifest of his words, especially in these end times. Proverbs 9:7, he that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. This was something I arrived at after meditating on the opening clip and thinking about the criticism we face in what really is a battle from our own as well as the gainsayers who come up against this truth. Personal reminder to you, brothers, our job is to teach and, if need be, contend for the gospel, not to feed the internet trolls. In any event, James 3:2 says this, for in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body. Ergo, keep in mind, we all make mistakes. We all misspeak. At the very least, you're going to misspell titles in your lessons, mispronounce words. Those of us a little less seasoned fall short sometimes of the true understanding. Chalk it up to being a product of being in the flesh and a part of gaining experience, and on some level, the lack of it. If we could control every wag of the tongue, we be able to control ourselves in every other way, and then there would obviously be no need for rehearsing the righteous acts, no need for being edified by the word, no need for comfort in the Holy Spirit, or for putting these lessons together to bring Israel back into remembrance, because we would have never went off. Jude 1:6 says this, and the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. The angels which kept not their first estate, pursuant to 2 Peter 2:4, I believe, are the elect. Through sin we became human and prisoners of the flesh. Psalms 82:6, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. We once were gods, and we will return. Yahweh will, we are a part of that number, to that same status upon Yahweh Shai's return. Until then, we are subject to mortal death. Until then, knowledge is what we gain from our experience. Wisdom is the reflection of that knowledge. Wisdom, being your wise words, ways, and actions, is likened unto a woman as well as water. Like both, if not balanced, wisdom can be swift and quick to change. Meaning, depending upon the current, i.e. vibration in the spirit, wisdom can be vital in the sustaining of life or responsible for taking it. Ecclesiasticus 15:1, he that feareth the Lord Yahweh will do good, and he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her. Now, how many times have you heard us say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom? Or in Proverbs 1:7, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. If you fear Yahweh and seek to do his will, you have obtained wisdom. You have made yourself wise. Wisdom is the perfecting of this truth. Verse 2, and as a mother shall she meet him and receive him as a wife married of a virgin. She, being wisdom, will welcome you like a mother and receive you like a woman untouched, who was promised to be yours. With the bread of understanding shall she feed him and give him the water of wisdom to drink. Ergo, you will have the understanding of this truth. Like food and drink, it will be your sustenance in life. Now, nowhere here does it say it's going to be easy or there will be no trials, no missteps or periods where you suffer, especially if you have a woman. But the key of survival is to be grounded in Yahweh's instruction, left subject only to his will. All things must be done in order, and if you are truly blessed with a wife to strive with you, she's gonna have to respect that order. Bringing us to the idea that our wisdom, our wise words, ways, and actions are to be purposed. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 25, verse 24, and it reads, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. The scriptures tell us the wages of sin are death. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Gad about meaning to ramble about without a fixed purpose. Roaming idly here really lends to the idea of doing or taking action before you think. This is Matthew 11:18. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say, he hath a devil. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, behold, a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. Real talk, no matter what you do, there will be accusations and slander involved. Remember, the disciple is not above the master. But the oracles given unto Yasharallah by the Most High Power, Yahweh, justifies our disposition. We are those children vindicated through Yahweh's promise. So when you tell your flock to not take that jab or teach them the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, and there will be a global transition to digital currency, those who have not received what was received by the election is going to mock you, may even slander you, and at the very least push back. Let's get this. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 51, and it reads, Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. Written in red, these are the words of Yahweh Shai. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Ergo, in contending for the gospel, your own family will come against you, be at odds with you, mock and scorn you for bringing out this unadulterated truth, and might even be a part of the crowd that deems you off balance, unstable, and insane. Even your own parents might go against you. The truth is, some mothers and fathers and your precious grandbaby that never did nothing to nobody might not make it. I pray I found worthy enough to find favor with the Most High on that terrible day. But let's close with this. This is Isaiah chapter 49, verse 11, and it reads, And I will make all my mountains a way, meaning Yahweh will remove all impediments, all obstacles, all stumbling blocks for the election of Israel, his prophets, and the men of the Lord, prophesying in his name and teaching his truth. And my highways shall be exalted. Behold, these shall come from far, and lo, these from the north and from the west, and these from the land of Sinim. Not only will there be teachers and prophets from all over, but eyes and hearts in every nation, those of the elect, will be open to receive this truth. Sing, O heavens, and be joyful of earth, and break forth into singing, O mountains, for the Lord Yahweh hath comforted his people, and will have mercy upon his afflicted. But Zion said, The Lord Yahweh hath forsaken me, and my Lord hath forgotten me. And that's exactly what it feels like the world over is on our shoulders. We children who have come back into remembrance, especially those of us who struggle with the idea of being good enough or worthy enough. But the Most High Power Yahweh says this, Can a woman forget her sucking child, that she should not have compassion on the son of her womb? Yeah, they may forget, yet will I, speaking to the election of Israel, yet will I not forget thee. Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash through the power and spirit. I hope you are edified. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach us 100% truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom Yasharallah. Don't take that jab and don't take that chip.